All right, this is a little bit personal, but I think you might be able to relate. You're a Trump supporter. I'm a Trump supporter. Not all of our friends dig Trump, and they dig us less because we dig Trump. Have you been feeling the heat from your friends? Are some of them threatening to not talk to you or wondering why you are a crazy person? I've gotten that a lot lately. And one very interesting exchange from some people I love and adore. I hope they're friends for the rest of my life. But they told me about how their son has been following me on Twitter, and they've called my Twitter feed pure evil. Pure evil. So it really made me think, and I stopped and wrote a little text message back. Again, I wrote it with love. First of all, they offered me $20,000 a month to stop. This is a kid, by the way, the son we're talking about. He's 21. I don't know how they came up with that figure, but this is what I wrote back. I am supporting those filing lawsuits in court. I have a hunch that your son supported the Black Lives Matter movement and their protests, a socialist organization that supports dismantling the nuclear family. People rioted in their name and were praised almost universally. There's nothing that's happening now that undermines democracy on our side. Article 2 and the 12th Amendment allow for all of this, including contesting the matter within the Electoral College. Joe DeGeneva, we talked about him personally, they mentioned him. I know Joe DeGeneva personally. I've had dinner with him and his wife. He was not threatening anyone. If we condemn him, let's condemn anyone who's ever said, I want to kill somebody. Figure of speech that I've uttered a million times. I'd ask your son if he noticed there wasn't rioting when it was reported that Joe Biden was the apparent winner. Seems like a lot of people were anticipating violence, plywood over businesses, etc. But it did not happen. If the results were different, does he think the left would have refrained from violence and rioting? Would rioting after a Trump victory have been anti-democratic? Would that have been pure evil? Rhetorical question, of course, not asking him to answer. By the way, Crown Season 4 is pretty boring. And I want to go back to that point about the red hat, make America great again. If you really think our side is evil, what would happen if you wore that hat in the heart of New York City? I live and work in the heart of New York City. If I wore that hat home, walking about 3 miles or so, I wouldn't make it home. I would not make it home. And they say our side is evil. All right. If my friends are watching, I do want to remind them that I love you guys and you're the best people. And we may disagree politically. That's fine. That's totally fine. At least for me. I hope it is for you.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.